I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman. Yo, what is going on? It's your boy ChamArt the artist back again with a brand new video for you guys today. And today we will be drawing easily one of the greatest superheroes in fiction, next to Superman and Spider-Man, since he is part of the big three of superheroes in pop culture history. And yeah, like I said, Batman is one of my favorite superheroes. And yeah, for today's video, we are gonna draw him in my style, kind of similar to what I did with the Superman video. And I'm just gonna add some commentary. And yeah, guys, just sit back, relax, get comfortable, and enjoy the rest of this video. Alright, so for this drawing, I'm going to use Adobe Fresco Draw and Paint. Then later on, I'll use Sketchbook Pro. And then yeah, so on the Adobe Fresco app, I'm just going to start off with the proportions and shapes for how I'm going to draw Batman. And now that I've already done that, I'm going to be adding the blue pen tool just to add in those extra details that I might carry over to the final product. So I've already created a new layer where I would be using a normal black color with the ink pen tool to sort of get the muscle definitions for Batman, whilst also adding in the necessary details that may be needed for his bat suit. So from the cowl to the gloves, his little gauntlets with the spikes on it, to the utility belt as well. And then I will be adding the trunks too, just to go for that more comic book look. Although my preferred look for Batman is to, you know, have his costume without the trunks, kind of like what I said for the Superman video last time. But I'm fine with either design really, because as long as it adapts their costumes accurately from the comic. And yeah, so as you can see with the symbol, I might play around with it in terms of how it might look in the final product. But as you guys can see, I'm taking inspo from the Ben Affleck logo and the Rebirth bat symbol as well, especially with the yellow outline. But I'm just gonna leave it at that. I want to pay attention to the shading on the gloves, the cape, and the cowl as well. Then I'm going to move on to the trunks and then the rest of the costumes, so the gray areas. So I want to focus on one section specifically, that being the black, or yeah, the black parts. Well, if I'm not happy with the black color scheme, maybe I will change it to a blue color scheme, or maybe I'll try combine the two, where I'll still keep the black and gray color scheme but with blue highlights, kind of like how Bruce Timm would draw Batman in the Batman animated series as well as the Justice League cartoons. So yeah, I might follow something along the lines of Bruce Timm's Batman designs. So here we're just gonna add in some lighter tones, the cape, and then his gauntlets too. Gonna make it seem like light is reflecting on the black parts, or blue, whatever. Like I said, if I do decide to go for the blue or gray or black and gray color scheme, yeah, you guys will just have to see towards the end, because I really couldn't decide on how I was gonna draw Batman in this drawing, or how he was initially going to look, because I was looking through various references different comic book panels from artists like Neil Adams, who drew the classic blue and gray bat suit but with the yellow oval and then the bat logo inside. Then I was also gonna go for the more Jim Lee approach because he drew like a modernized version of Neil Adams' design with the bat suit, where he kept it blue and gray, especially for the Batman Hush comics, where he went for a blue and gray or black and gray color scheme. So yeah, both designs from both artists I really like look into in terms of like finding the correct references, especially when it comes to drawing Batman. So yeah, or sometimes look at other artists like Jorge Jimenez, who has also become one of my favorite comic book artists as well. So I also like pay attention to his work too. So when it comes to drawing videos like this, you can see where I am taking inspiration from in terms of color details, the way the characters are drawn, the way proportions might be exaggerated a little bit. So over here, we're just gonna add some lighter grays because I'm done with the trunks, cape, his cowl, and the gloves. So now we're gonna focus on the gray parts because that's relatively more easier, especially when drawing Batman. Add some darker grays here, a little bit of lighter grays. So I'm gonna try not to make the suit look shiny because I don't want to give it like that armored look, but I also want to like show okay, so let me just fix up these shapes here. So now that I've got my light and darker shading, I'm gonna add in some cross-hatching techniques, and then I'm gonna apply it to the rest of the figure, and then I'm just gonna work my way around the other minor details. Well, let me not say minor details, because when you guys do see the final result of this drawing, yeah, you will be able to catch on to what I added, what changes I made, in case I wasn't too happy with how this whole drawing could turn out. So now I'm just gonna reduce the capacity, and then I just want to add another extra layer where I just focus on Batman's muscle definition, to almost give it that feel that he's wearing like a skin-tight superhero costume, as opposed to him like wearing armor, which I'm not really a fan of in terms of like Batman suits. I prefer that he maybe have some like armored plates elsewhere in like less protective areas, but that's besides the point. So here I'm just playing around with various bat symbol designs. Like I said before, in terms of the bat symbols, I do take inspiration from other Batman and DC related media, as opposed to like how I want this specific bat logo to look, because I know it's gonna be way different from how other artists would draw the bat logo. Because initially I was gonna go for the yellow oval with the bat symbol, but I don't know, it's just not my preferred look for Batman. But that's besides the point. So now we're just doing some final touch-ups on the body. oh, sorry, the drawing. So just fixing up the colors for the utility belt because I don't want it to look desaturated in any way. Whilst also adding a light source and some minor details there. Then I'm gonna fix up the grays here too because I don't want it to look like a lightish blue almost. Then let's just fix that over there. So this specific part of the video, this is a clip I actually screen recorded on Sketchbook. So then now I'm just gonna delete the gray parts because I want to play around with the various color schemes for Batman. So here I'm gonna try go for a blue and gray. If for some reason I don't think it works, then I'm just not gonna go for it. So now we are almost at the end of this video. So now I'm just working on a background for the final Batman drawing. So I'm just gonna add in some clouds, then I'm gonna add like a light effect. So I'm gonna try to draw like a bat signal, and then if for some reason I'm not rocking with how it looks in the final product for this specific background drawing, then I might just cut it out completely. But yeah, now let's go see the final result or the finished version of my Batman drawing. Then I'm gonna show you some screen grabs that I took to show the beginning process from start to finish. And finally, we have Batman fully drawn, and this drawing is just
perfection.
Yeah, I'm super proud of how everything turned out because, you know, for this specific Batman drawing, even though I have been drawing him for the longest time, I obviously did use a bunch of references from various DC artists, as well as other, you know, comic book artists that I really appreciate and admire, especially when I'm like reading comics, as well as like, doesn't have to be like Batman comics, it can be from like Marvel, DC, even the more indie comic companies like Image Comics, from your Invincibles to whoever. But I think my top 3 Batman artists that I took reference from and inspiration from for this specific Batman drawing was from the likes of Jim Lee, Patrick Gleason, Dan Mora, Jorge Jimenez, as well as Greg Capullo. I think, those are just one of my favorite Batman artists, especially how they draw him in like different panels and like the way they draw him in his costume too. So yeah, I think that was a big inspiration. And of course, in terms of the color scheme, I did take inspiration from not only the comics, you know, from Neil Adams, Jim Lee, especially with how they drew the blue and gray batsuit, but for this one I wanted to do both black and gray, but add in a bit of the blue as well. And yeah guys, I think that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys for tuning in and checking out this video. I know that lately these videos have been a bit longer, but yeah, because I'm now adding in voice commentary, and because you guys are gonna hear me like speak throughout the duration of this video, they will be, you know, a bit longer than some of my older videos, especially when I'm editing. It will take a bit of a lengthy process right now, but yeah, I am trying to, produce the best quality content for you guys, and to make you just to make you appreciate my drawings a bit more and appreciate the amount of time and effort I put into, making sure these videos are up to the best quality or up to par. And yeah, guys, but yeah, that's it again. Thank you guys for tuning in. Stay safe. Have a good day. Be kind to each other. Be kind to yourself. And yeah, that's it from me. And I'm gonna wrap this video up. And yeah, that's it from me. Cheers, guys.
Thank you guys for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And hit the bell to get notified when I upload new videos. And I'll see you guys soon. Peace.